Hey guys, here's just a kind of a continuation. I don't have much space on my iPad, so I got to split my videos up sometimes. But this is just a continuation of the last video that I posted. Just a few more things kicking around in everyone's horde in my little hometown. So I hope you guys enjoy. This here, my uncle's worked for the town for about 30 years. And this is an old, I think, sewer tank or some sort of piping for sewer. I'm not going to walk too far in here because I'm wearing flip-flops. But I'd say it's probably 15, 20 foot long, about 4.5, 5 foot tall. And it's just for storage. Just dragged it down back here and cleaned it all out and stuff like that. Set it up on a couple of 4x4s, and it's a good spot to store stuff that you want to eventually be able to restore, and you just don't have the space or the time to do it all at once, or someone gives you something that you want to hang on to. It'll at least keep it out of the weather a little bit. There's old generators and small Clinton and Wisconsin and old rotor tillers and all sorts of garbage in there. But if you ever need the parts, there you go. If you can see over there, it's, I think that's a Chevrolet. The one to the left is a dump truck. I think that one got driven back here. That was probably closer to 10 years ago. The yellow one, I think, is another GMC 370, probably a 58 or a 59 factory V8 truck. Pretty good shape. But it's got a 2-speed rear end and a cab and a V8, and it's probably still got a transmission in it. So it's another good parts truck. A lot of good trim pieces if a guy was going to restore one. And this one here is one of the ones that we used the cab off of for the Doodlebug. Probably an original straight 6 truck. Probably a 235 or something. I know there was a little difference between the truck and the car motors or whatever, but this one's just for parts. It's probably seized up or it was blown up when it got parted back here. Otherwise, it'd be covered up. A couple of old fenders and headlights and stuff. If you look back here, you can see, probably can't see it very well, but this used to be the cab that was on the Doodlebug when we first finished it. But I got into a pickle, winching a tree out 2 or 3 different directions, and the tree ended up coming over and crushing the cab. And my uncle and my cousin Porter powered it all out and got it all back straight and drove around like that for the summer. But this one here had a perfectly good cab on it. So I took that one off and used that opportunity to sandblast the cab down and paint the frame and the whole front frame rails, and then paint the cab just with whatever paint they had left over from old jobs back in the day. And another old car back there. There used to be 10 or 15 cars back here. Just a lot of stuff that people don't want to get rid of. Then right over here, a couple of old, I think they're 56 Chevrolet Bel Airs, parts cars. A lot of them still got good trim. These things have been parked here since, like I said, probably the 80s. These ones are the more beat up ones. There used to be, I think, like 4 or 6 of them or whatever. Sold a couple of them to a guy, a good friend that was restoring one. Let them go to good use. But there's still some parts here, you know. See some transmission parts by there. It looks like a torque converter. Or a transfer case, I mean. Don't know what that goes to, but these have been parked here forever. So a lot of these, like maybe hood hinges or whatever, if a guy wanted to restore them or whatever and reuse original stuff. There's some parts here. Some good glass, not too hazy. A couple things here. They're pretty much sitting here rotten by now because my uncle quit driving his. I think he drove a 55 Chevy. Had a 327 V8 in there or something like that. He drove that, was his daily driver for like 12 years. So it was handy having these little parts cars. But there's still some trim pieces and some dash pieces and stuff that you could use. But like I said, if I ever wanted to build a little rat route or something, a lot of this stuff would help. Or if I wanted to, you know, if I had an old 50s car and needed these parts, I could come over and get the parts for a little bit of nothing, I'm sure. You know, trade a case of beer. It's sad because a lot of these, there was a couple more cars that sat over in here, and see, it's all grown up now. But when we were little kids, we used to come out here with rocks and BB guns and smash windows and stuff. We never really understood what we were doing. But a lot of the stuff that we probably broke was probably worth quite a lot of money now. And then over here is the sawmill. It's a portable, I don't know, it's some sort of V-twin Briggs & Stratton style motor. Came with a frame, bought it off a friend, shortened up a house trailer frame, and swapped the axles underneath the springs to lower it down a little bit. This is just a little setup that we got going for, if you, like I said, if you want to build a shed or you just need to throw something together, you can always come over here and buy a little bit of lumber from my uncle or whatever. You know, that's how it works kind of around here. He'll saw a little bit of lumber for a buddy, and instead of charging him, he'll keep half of the wood. And it comes in real handy if you want to build even if you want to build a little camp or a house or a shed or pretty much anything, you know. Yeah, I know these kind of people to come and buy this stuff. You know, that's that trailer over there that you can see, just the flatbed. That's a lumber trailer. That used to be my great-grandfather's house camper, or trailer camper. He used that in the 80s, and then when he passed away, he gave it to all of us great-grandkids. And they got pretty rotted. We used it as like a little fort, but they got pretty rotted, so they took all that stuff off, and now it's still going to good use. It's not going to waste. It's just using it as a little lumber trailer to haul stuff back and forth to the garage and the house and whatnot. Pretty good little setup here with the trucks. So you can just roll your logs on right here. and they'll roll down. There's little ramps and stuff that go down. You got a big area right here to skin them up with doodle bug, and there's a pressure washer set up back here. So you fill this 55-gallon drum full of water. It's just gravity feed into the pressure washer, gas powered pressure washer. Wash up your logs, roll them on, saw them. It's a good 2 or 3 person job, but you come out here after work and saw up a couple logs. I've sawed a little bit of lumber on this, just helping out. It's a handy little machine. And then down there is where a lot of the old 50s dump trucks and stuff are. So I'll just show you those real quick. Here's an old 50s Chevrolet dump truck. I think it's got a straight 6 in it. When it was parked here just not long ago, a year or 2 ago, it was a gift from a friend of the family. This is all stuff my uncle's collected, but if a guy wanted to, you know, if I came over and said I wanted to start a small business, or if I wanted to, you know, buy some property or whatever and start, he'd probably sell it to me for a little bit, nothing, help me fix it up. He's got a lot of these old dump trucks and stuff kicking around. Most of them are just stuff that were given to him or stuff that we collected over the years, or he collected, or my grandpa collected. So I'll just go through and show you a couple of these old dump trucks and tractors and stuff.